Hi everybody, my name is Danielle Nicole, and today, my friends, we are testing out the brand new Paco Rabanne FAME fragrance. Now don't mind that I basically had to sell my soul to the devil to be able to get this, but it's here now and I'm so excited to share my thoughts. So I don't know what is going on with Paco Rabanne, but when you go on the website and you try to purchase any of the new fragrances, nothing happens, it just sits there. So if any of you are also in the States, definitely let me know down below if you've been able to purchase any of Paco's new fragrances. So we have lots to talk about, from the sick packaging to the actual fragrance and the longevity. So before I give you my thoughts about FAME, let's first go over some of the main accords and notes. Alright you guys, so there are lots of main accords on Fragrantica. They are tropical, fruity, vanilla, sweet, woody, powdery, amber, white floral, warm, spicy, and terpenic. And the top notes are mango and bergamot. The middle notes are jasmine and olibanum, and the base is vanilla and sandalwood. So when I first laid my eyes on the main accords and notes, I about had a heart attack. I love tropical fragrances, but not just tropical and fruity. I also love when there's a creamy vanilla or sandalwood in the base. So you can imagine, I definitely had to get my hands on this, and I'm so happy I can share it with you. So for those who don't know, Paco Rabanne actually has another bottle similar to this one for the male version. Now I don't care what anyone says. Is it tacky? Yes. But do I love it? Is it absolutely sick? Yes. So my understanding is it is supposed to be one of Paco's dresses, and there are so many details on this bottle. Look at the sunglasses that she's wearing on the top, and of course the bottom is the infamous dress. So let me do a little 360 for you. Very shiny. I love it. And even down to the bottom, look, she's wearing high heels. Now at the time of filming this, I noticed there were not any YouTube reviews of this, so I do hope it is helpful for you guys. So next, let's get into the actual scent. And I do like to mention the atomizer is pretty nice, not quite as fine as the Burberry lines, but it's still pretty good. So let's give it a spray. So this fragrance was not what I was expecting at all, in the best way possible. Now from taking a look at the notes, yes, I saw that vanilla and sandalwood was in the base, but typically with most designer and even some niche mango fragrances, especially when mango is in the top note, usually it's not very creamy and it's typically very bright and super fruity. So part of the reason I think this fragrance has so much depth, it's so creamy, is because there are also incense in it. So this fragrance has a lot going on. In my opinion, it is not your traditional super sweet mango fruit blast. No, it's a little bit more deep than that. And I think that's because part of the underlying notes are actually warm incense. So this fragrance is blended together so well. If there was one word I would use to describe FAME, it would definitely be sensual. The mango in here is so dreamy. Again, I was expecting it to be basically a fruit punch blast with mango as the main accord. While yes, the mango does come through, you don't get blasted with a super artificial sweet mango. Much more deep than that. Yeah, this is so sensual, so seductive, and I would also use the word sexy. So yes, this is still a sweet fragrance. However, because it has a little bit of that jasmine that comes through, and keep in mind, I am not a huge jasmine fan. For example, Alien by Mugler, I'm just not a fan of those fragrances. They come across just a little bit too sour on my skin. This one is not like that. And in addition to the jasmine, that vanilla and sandalwood, especially once this starts to dry down, this is such a creamy, seductive scent. Now, I've never heard of olibanum or olibanum. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but it's supposed to provide a woodsy green effect. Yeah, you definitely do get some of those wood properties blended with the other notes. And what's great is I don't feel like any of the notes are fighting each other. Now, another interesting thing about FAME is that bergamot is listed as a top note. Now, typically whenever you have bergamot as a top note, usually the scent is overall just super uplifted, sometimes very green, and sometimes a little sour. But I don't find this fragrance to be sour. and it's not too green, but I do pick up on the woodsy background. So initial blast, you definitely do get more of the mango on the initial spray, but that mango stays with you the entire time through the dry down. Now, in my opinion, I don't find this fragrance takes you on a ton of different journeys. I do find that the opening is pretty similar to the dry down. However, once this dries down, I do find that the vanilla and sandalwood really do start to come through and just mesh so perfectly with the incense, the mango, and the bergamot. Now, I would describe Fame as a semi-sweet fragrance. Now, I think for some people, they may think that this is very sweet, but I really think of very sweet fragrances as having sugar, sometimes something artificial, super gourmand. And just because this fragrance has those incense and the other woody notes and the vanilla and the dry down, it's just much more creamy than anything. So I'm sure you can tell by the huge grin on my face, I am a huge fan of this fragrance. You know, I have so many other fragrances in my collection that are super bright, very fruity, great for summer. But this scent, I could definitely see myself wearing all year long, especially on a date night, in the fall, winter. I would not categorize this fragrance as only being a summer scent. Now, I know one of the main accords on Fragrantica is listed as tropical. Yes, to a certain extent, because of the mango, I can see why tropical is listed, but I would not describe Fame as some of your other popular tropical fragrances. Now, even if you have some of the other more popular tropical fragrances, such as Beach Walk, Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, I would still recommend giving this a shot. I would not categorize this fragrance with those other ones. So this does not have any aquatic or suntan accords to it, completely different, much more sensual and creamy. And the dry down, I do find to be quite similar to the initial spray and the top notes. I wouldn't say this fragrance takes you on 10 different journeys like some other fragrances can, but I actually appreciate that because sometimes with tropical fragrances, the fruity notes come through, completely die out, and then you're left with some of the other base notes. But no, with Fame, you definitely have the florals, the mango, the incense, the creamy sandalwood, the vanilla, all of that I find from the top notes all the way through the dry down. All right, so this fragrance is definitely getting a 9 out of 10 from me. I'm only giving it a knockdown because I don't find it's easily accessible. So perhaps through Amazon, Mercari, some other third-party sellers, you may be able to pick this up. Always be cautious whenever you're ordering through a third party though. But we haven't got to the best part about this scent. So not only is the actual fragrance divine, the packaging is absolutely stunning, but next we need to talk about the longevity and sillage. Fame has a beautiful sillage on me. Now I sprayed this and went into work the other day, and I was about 4 feet away from my coworker, and she could pick it up on me and of course asked what I was wearing. Now how I know this fragrance has great longevity on my skin anyway is because when I went to work the other day, not only did I spray it all over my chest area, but I also sprayed my wrist and arm. So the other day when I got home, I took a late night bath. Those are just one of my favorite things to do to kind of unwind. So I took my bath, I got out, and what did I notice? First thing I did was sniffed my forearm, and I could still pick up some of the scent. So I wouldn't say that Fame is beast mode by any means, but I do find the longevity, again, at least on my skin, is very great. So definitely let us all know in the comments down below. Have you tested out Fame? Have you picked it up? Are you interested in it? Are you passing on it? Let us know all of your thoughts down below. All right, you guys, well, I am so excited that I was able to share the scent profile with you for Fame. Don't forget to comment down below. If y'all did enjoy the video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye, guys.